We're going to begin tonight with the Pope's trip to the U.S. It is over, but it's left a lasting impression on a lot of people, including a bishop and some students from the Bay Area.
That bishop wanted to share his rare experience with some younger followers. Josh Thomas joins us now live in Sarasota with a little more on this story. Hey, Josh.
Well, good evening, Jen and Josh. When Bishop Frank Dewane attended Mass with the Pope during his visit to Washington, the students at this Catholic school had no idea that they'd be witnessing history, especially with someone they know. Last week, when we were covering Catholic school students watching the Pope deliver Mass to Cardinals, Archbishops and Bishops in Washington, they noticed someone very close to them in the crowd, their own bishop. One of them told me he couldn't wait to tell the bishop who just happened to see our story.
I, of course, saw the video later when someone said, "Oh, do we know who that is? Who's that right there?" And so when the young man said, "Oh, I'd like to see him when I come back," I thought, I'm going to go there.
Bishop Frank Dewane returned to the Bay Area yesterday and couldn't wait to share the experience with students at St. Martha Catholic School in Sarasota.
Thank you for your interest in the trip of the Holy Father.
The students were filled with questions for the bishop, who did not hesitate to answer them all.
It means a lot to me because he could have been doing a Mass a complete other place, but he took time out of his day to come see us.
The bishop even showed the students his credentials, along with a special coin given to him to mark the occasion.
That's such a great experience, and that he got to share it with us.
The bishop told the students last week's service was an unforgettable moment, and the students seemed to sense that.
Meeting the Pope is such an amazing experience, and especially be in a Mass with him.
The bishop told me he hopes sharing his experience will be lasting for these students.
It makes the Holy Father closer. I think it makes him more human to them, because sometimes we can get this feeling that there is a distance and it's far off, and particularly this Holy Father wouldn't want that.
Now, one of the questions that was asked more than once was, what was it like shaking the Pope's hand? And Bishop Dewane told them it was as memorable and as special as they might imagine. Jen.
Okay, so did the bishop know he was going to meet the Pope, Josh?
Well, no, he actually didn't. The bishops had been told that they could attend the Mass, but they would only be attending the Mass and not meeting the Pope. But because Bishop Dewane had served on a special committee, he was one of the few who was allowed to spend a little time with the Pope.
What a cool honor for him, and then by exchange for these kids, too. Josh Thomas, live in Sarasota. Thanks so much for that live report.